We're back. Just been one of those days. One of those days. Third time's the charm, perhaps. We try again. Jiminy Christmas. Gamers, thanks for being here. We're going through all of this stuff. Unbelievable. Dog check. Jiminy Christmas. I very much apologize. Not sure what is going on with the everything today, but we haven't had that error in months. Sorry about all that. Justin Jefferson, welcome in. Good to have you on. You're very good at football. We appreciate you. Kit is not. Kit is working right now. Otherwise, he would be on with us. He's in a cockpit, probably 40,000 feet in the air, and they discourage the pilots to not pay attention. To not pay attention. Okay. Jameis gets one more chance. That's right. And we're going to go DTR. Anyway, appreciate everybody being on. Still Phil Nagy. Still Nagy on Sports. This is the third time we've had to restart this game for various technical issues. And that's George Pickens, who's going to catch a 26-yard completion. Appreciate everybody being on. It was Michael Vick-esque, and it will be gone forever as I had to delete that video. So no one will ever know that it existed. Russell Wilson fired right side. But at least the good part is we have the old 0-0. So much like a rage quit, except that we didn't rage quit. Appreciate you being on. Do very much appreciate that. Third time's the charm here, I promise. Wilson floats it left side. Got a man wide open. Watch out to the corner. And down to the 15-yard line, and that's Calvin Austin. I mean, the people in the building are saying Mike Vrabel because he's already there. Schwartz has been a head coach before as well. So I don't know. Again, to me, I don't fire Kevin Stefanski. If they go 2-15, I don't fire Kevin Stefanski. But that's just me because continually firing and starting over is part of what's gotten themselves in this mess, is that they've refused to let anybody do their thing for a while. Unless Stefanski was the one pounding the pavement saying, give me Deshaun Watson, do whatever you do to have to get him, pay him all the money, guarantee the contract, I must have Deshaun Watson, because that one is kind of blown up in his face. But otherwise, I don't fire him. Again, they just got big unknown levels of extensions in the offseason, so it's not like they're going to be cheap to get rid of either, if you're talking about Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski as a pair. And hey, on the opening drive, no touchdown this time. It's going to be a field goal. Chris Boswell into the game. Again, appreciate everybody being on. My name is Phil Nagy, Nagy on Sports. Very, very sorry. This is the third time we have attempted to start this stream, and we have just had some technical issues. I will say this, if we have one more, then it's just the sim god's way of saying it's not supposed to happen tonight, because I will run myself out of evening. Seatbelt from the Browns, that's right. All right, here we go. First down for Winston and company here at his own 31-yard line. Back to pass now. He'll step up. He's going to end right where we left off. A big run for Winston, and he'll slide down 16 yards to the 47-yard line. That's kind of weird that the sim froze on the last scramble, and that one is successful. Here he is, Jameis Vick. Here comes Nick Chubb, who is in the zone. This time he's going to be decked in the backfield. Watt was there first, and Landon Roberts was there. Deshaun Elliott was there. Too many Steelers were there. They'll actually lose a yard. I mean, like I said, Earl, I think there's going to be all kinds of nice throw, and that time Jerry Jeudy does a really nice job of getting past the sticks. There's going to be all kinds of speculation about that kind of stuff because they're losing. Losing makes everything happening that's bad, and winning covers it all up. So, yeah, all of those things could be true. Trust me, I miss Bill Callahan. We talked about that as soon as it happened, that this is going to be a huge loss. The offensive line blew for the first 7 weeks of the year. Watson was getting just destroyed. I'm still not sure that makes Kevin Stefanski the one that you fire tomorrow if they lose. And nowhere to go for Chubb right now. 3rd and 11 coming up again. Second 3rd and 11 of this opening drive. They're going to go quads to the left. Look at this. 3 receivers to the left. Chief to the right by himself. Back to pass. Winston, he'll fire. Oh, he had a man open. It was Judy, and he airmailed it. Oh, boy. He had Judy available and incomplete, and they're going to have to punt here on a 4th and 11. Again, do appreciate everybody being on. Thanks so much to all of our subscribers. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe, we'd really appreciate it. 1,130 strong here on Nagy Nation, and we're very excited about that. Very thankful and grateful for that. But appreciate everybody being on. And make sure you hit that like button as well. It continues to grow the audience. Right side run with Nagy, and he stiff arms Hicks, and then Miles comes to clean up. Only place on YouTube that I know of that I've looked for and found that does live simulated sporting events with live original commentary. Right up the middle. Nowhere to go. This time they'll blow it up. Looked like Shelby Harris was the one who clogged it on Najee Harris. Hey, Jason, welcome in, man. It's been a minute. I could not agree more with what you said. Here comes Russell Wilson, a rare scramble for him. 11 yards. I liked Horsey. I think Horsey worked. But I'm right there with you. All of these things they've done to try to make life more easy and comfortable for Deshaun, and none of it's worked. So yeah, everybody that they brought in this year has not been good. Starting with Ken Dorsey. I would take back over the offense. If it were me, I would run my wide zone scheme with my play action game off of it. I'd go figure out if Atlanta's willing to eat some of the money. Oh no, something's not right. Please don't tell me that. This is the 3rd time we've started the stream today, Mason. Something's been wrong 2 other times. It's just frozen, so I don't want to touch anything. Anybody else having problems with it not being full screen? It looks okay on my end where I watch it. Anyway, so I don't know if you try to go get Kirk Cousins, if you feel like one of the rookies can run the scheme. I know it gets a little bit difficult. Let me try to watch on my phone real quick and see what's going on. It looks normal on my phone. Mason, that might be a you issue, buddy. And the only reason I say that is because I've troubleshot this thing several times because because we have had to restart literally 3 different times already today, even though those videos have been lost in the ether. Oh yeah, weird. I do see your picture. You're trying to watch on a TV all fancy like. I don't know. Pressure coming. Now Russell run again. This time they're waiting for him, and Diabate will make the tackle. Anyway, we have had a very scatterbrained beginning to the day. We're going to get back to the sim here now. Double tight end look. Actually, 3 tight end look, including Connor Hayward. Now they'll give it to Najee. He'll try the left, and the Browns are there. 4th and 2, led by Jordan Hicks. Hey, Jim, welcome in. Good to have you on. I guess that's one perk of having to start over the sim 3 times is that everybody got notified 3 different times. No, we promise he's going to go live. We promise he's going live. Okay, it's on Roku and it's fine. All right, good. 3-0 Steelers lead, 1:23 on this first quarter game. My name's Phil Nagy. You're watching Nagy on Sports. Appreciate everybody being on. Here's Winston from his own 11. But going back to all that stuff, again, when you're losing, everybody is to blame. All the conspiracies come out, and, that's why we get these things like Stefanski's going to get fired tomorrow if they lose. Again, I still don't believe that at all, but I suppose it's possible. Oof, Chubb barely going to get past it. A 3rd and 18 coming up here now. That's Keanu Benton. Earl, 1,000%. The viewership of the channel is way down because the Browns suck. Oh, Jim, thanks, man. Appreciate your long-time subscription, first-time commenting. No, I've said that before with pretty much all our other sim. Like, we were getting 300 to 400 views per Browns video pretty quickly. Like, we're barely getting 150 to 175 right now. So, yes, the Browns being terrible has hurt us. Again, I think we'll get an uptick in the offseason because we'll take over as general manager and we'll do our normal offseason sims where we do a draft and we go through and sign free agents and try to make the Browns competitive again. And again, you can participate in that by being on our Discord channel if you haven't joined yet. You can use the link in the description of this video. We usually put some different off-season polls on, like, hey, if we go after an offensive lineman, do you want us to be a guard or a tackle? Hey, if we draft a quarterback, which one do you like? Those kinds of things. Part of the reason and the way that I set up the franchise is that I control everything, and so we can sign any free agent that we decide we want. Again, within reason. I'm not just going to sign all the best guys. Draft anybody who want. Manipulate the draft if you want to see, hey, let's see what Quinn Ewers looks like in Tampa, you know, whatever. We can do all that stuff. And yes, hope does spring eternal for sure. Left side throw. And frankly, there's a lot of real football on, and so people are just in general, our in-season sims are less anyway because people have real football to watch, so they don't want to watch the fake football. And I totally get all of that. So anyway, all that being said is where we're at. Here's Wilson on a 3rd and 3. Quick throw. Oh, he got past the top. It's Najee Harris, 10-5. Out of bounds at the 1. Najee Harris lined up all the way on the outside as a receiver. And Wilson threw it right away, and Delpit was late to get over there. Look at him throw it almost immediately. There was just nobody covering him. Caught them and even that, he almost threw it behind him. Down to the 1-yard line, 3-0 Pittsburgh. Oh, okay, Jim. I would be fine with that. I will try to keep you posted as to my next. Here's Wilson up the middle. He'll score a touchdown. We don't do a lot of public gigs. We're mostly private gigs, weddings and stuff, but that doesn't mean it can't happen. Diving over the pile and into the end zone, 10-0. Stillers. 10:55 on this second quarter clock. Again, appreciate everybody being on. Phil Nagy. Nagy on Sports is the channel. Again, that one was set up by a short field because the Browns punted from inside their own end zone. Hey, David, welcome in. Debris was everywhere. Love it. David is our resident dad joke expert. If you've not been on a chat with him before, he'll drop some great dad jokes. He has yet to repeat one. He's probably been on, I don't know, 50 different streams, David, maybe? If I can think off the top of my head. It's okay, Jim. You can laugh at them. We're allowed. Here's Chubb, left side, 45, 50, 45, stiff arm, and shoved out of bounds. Nick Chubb. Some positive yards to make up for those early missed runs, those early negative runs, and a big gainer for the Chubbernaut. Again, many people have also said about him it's a full 2-year recovery. To me, does not look like he has the same burst right now. So you look forward to that in 25 as well. I don't know, Earl. I really don't know. I used to look into those kinds of things like close wins or close losses or bad lot. Like, we've won some really, really ugly games where we were not the better team and we won. The Ravens game comes to mind. The ghost of Jim Donovan willing things to happen that had no business happening, and we won the game. So, such a crapshoot. They're still professionals. They're still getting paid a lot of money, so I wouldn't be surprised if we win. I wouldn't be surprised if we get drilled. I wouldn't be surprised if we close. It's the NFL. It's truly an any given Sunday, or in this case, any given Thursday kind of attitude. Here comes Winston. He'll option keep it and get blowed up. Minka got there quickly. Remember when Minka Fitzpatrick was on the Dolphins and they traded, a couple first-round picks for him? That's okay, David. We appreciate you being on for the amount of time that you're on. Here's Wilson with good times. The Browns rush 3, and he's going to find an open receiver, and it's a first down catch for George Pickens. And Greg Newsome, the one that was closest to him. What do you do with Newsome? That's going to be one of the biggest offseason questions. because this would be his free agent year. He's playing on his 5th-year deal this year. I'm assuming Jed Wills is gonzo. He's also on his 5th-year deal. Yeah, Rick, that's possible. That tomorrow night could be ugly. The Boo Birds could be out in full force. There'll be a bunch of terrible towels there. It could get real ugly, or we could play spoiler. Pressure coming, and he'll be sacked back. Miles and Diabate getting home. 2nd and 17. It's just hard. It's just so hard to prognosticate. Like, I would never bet. I don't bet on a lot of football, but if I did, I would never bet on the Browns right now because you cannot tell what kind of a team you're going to get. Other than a team that's 2-8, so I suppose you bet on them to lose. And then you're pleasantly surprised if they don't. Oh, ugly for Pittsburgh, says Earl. Earl's in the team optimism like me. Dogs are barking upstairs. They're ready for a stand here on 3rd and 19. Browns will blitz. McLeod's going to get picked up. Russell Wilson in trouble. Now Miles chasing. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. He's going to scramble for 30 and a first down. Oh, goodness gracious. Unreal. That's feels like it's been that kind of a season for us. They get a great pressure, but everybody else is in the end zone, and Wilson scrambles for about 25 yards and a first down. 1st and goal to be exact. They had him for a sack. They are. That's very appropriate, Jim. They are like a box of chocolates as Scotty Miller gets it to the 4. There you go. Do it in your sleep. 22 personnel here. They'll stretch it right side. Najee Harris will try to get outside, and he'll get into the end zone untouched. And now it's 17-10. Hey, Mike, welcome in. Appreciate you being on, man. You're going to find mostly Browns fans in the chat, but you are welcome certainly to join us, and your Steelers are now up 17-0 here with 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Nothing really going the Browns' way at this juncture. 7 plays, 63 yards on that touchdown drive. And you can hear some Boo Birds at Huntington Bank Field right now. Za'Darius Tony hit right there in the middle. But, Mike, we have fans from just about every NFL team on the channel, so we appreciate you being on. We truly do. We sim all the Browns games. We're simming the Ohio State games right now. We're going to do Cavs sim as well. We're a very Cleveland and Ohio-focused sports team here at Nagy on Sports. Double tight ends to the left side. 2nd and 10. Here comes Chubb. He'll go to the weak side, and there's just no real where to go. Dante Jackson, former Carolina Panther defensive back, makes the tackle. Now back to pass Winston on a 3rd and 9. They need it. He's going to step up. 35. Watch out. Can he get the corner? He can't. He got 7. He needed 9. And Benny Bishop Jr. makes the tackle at the 35, and the Browns will have to punt here. Just not the fleetest of foot back there, Jameis Winston. Not sure who wins in a foot race, Watson, Winston, or DTR, but I'm guessing it's not Winston. That would be my guess. Fair catch called for by Cordell Patterson at the 18, and now the Steelers with a real opportunity to blow this thing wide open. The end of the first half here. 3:11 on this second quarter clock. Turn around, Nagy. He'll try the left side, and Diabate meets him right at the line of scrimmage. Mahmoud's played well. If, and that's truly a big if, it's unfortunately at this point, if JOK can play football again. And there are reports that he may never play football again, which would be absolutely tragic. But if he gets back to his form, he and Diabate are a very athletic pair of linebackers to put at that second level. Assuming the defensive coordinator doesn't change, because the coast has changed, and then we could be doing something completely different. Again, I'm not a fan of putting the reset button with the coaching staff just because we've done that for so many years and we've seen where it's gotten us, which is not very great. Now he'll try to go outside. Great pursuit again. Mike Ford getting some snaps right now as a cornerback. And on a 4th and 12, at the 2-minute warning, actually the Browns called timeout. So they've got 2 timeouts remaining here. We're going to see a 2-minute drill here in Huntington Bank. That was Darden this time. All right, from the 44, try to get yourselves at least into field goal range. A mini double dip could be in play here. Instead, they'll start with 2 tight ends. Back to pass. Winston. He'll throw right side, and he'll throw it out of bounds. David Njoku have not called his name much today. That time covered by T.J. Watt. T.J. Watt in coverage that time. Trips to the right side. Back to pass Winston. The blitz comes. They pick it up. He'll go quickly and shortly to the right side, and then Judy is shoved out of bounds. Give him a gain of 3. Joey Porter Jr. over there in coverage. 3rd and 7 for the Browns. They've gotten 3 yards here. Back to pass. Winston. Winston firing deep left side. Oh, he had him open. Elijah Moore over his head. Oh, Benny Bishop was there with him, and Moore was wide open, and Winston put it over his head. And another punt upcoming. Well, the issue is, Earl, is that Arch Manning right now is a true sophomore, and the people who follow Texas football have told me that he has said he wants to play all 4 years. So now he's not going to be available until the 2027 draft. So that's what I'm saying. If you're going to put all your chips in, like Mason would like us to put all of our chips in the Arch Manning basket, he's been saying that for months, you're not going to have to wait next year. You're going to have to wait the year after as well. So you have to go 2 more seasons before you can have a chance to draft Arch Manning. And are you willing to wait, and do you have enough assets to be able to put yourself in a situation to get him? So that's the conundrum there. And yeah, maybe Atlanta's willing to get rid of Cousins and find a way to, maybe they'll trade for Watson. I don't know. You do a bad contract trade for a bad contract trade? Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I'm with you, Jim. I just don't. Oh, that's a terrible PI. No, sir. No. Awful call. That ball was 2 miles over his head, and Martin Emerson's going to get dinged for pass interference. That is a terrible call. Oh, boy. Yeah, whatever credibility they did have, giving their coach and their GM an undisclosed extension over the summer and then firing them 10 weeks later feels ridiculous to me. But the ultimate question comes down to, has he lost the locker room? And if he has, the players are always going to win, I'm afraid. If Myles Garrett, Nick Chubb, David Njoku, Joel Bitonio, Denzel Ward, if those guys say that Kevin Stefanski's lost the room, then he's got to be done, because you can't get it back. 3rd and 2. Setting up screen left side. Nagy. Diabate gets thrown to the ground. Broken 1 tackle, 2nd tackle, and he maybe unwisely stays in bounds. His 5th catch of the half. Bluebirds still going strong. Now they'll call timeout. He burned 6 figures. That's funny. Wilson, right side. Caught again. Van Jefferson. Former Ram with that catch. And now they got 20 seconds to go. And they do not seem in any hurry right now, do they? Left side throw. Freiermuth, he'll be short. Tackled. Mo Hurst, Thornhill, and they'll call timeout with 10 seconds left. Absolutely, and he will be the number 1 coaching. For the Jets, for the whoever else is. The Saints have fired their coach already. You know he will be the number 1 choice. Dude's 2-time coach of the year. He's coached for 5 years. He's won it twice. In Cleveland, of all places, and now Russell Wilson with a 3-lane highway-sized hole will run into the end zone, and they operate their 2-minute drill quite excellently, and this thing has gone off of the rails, which unfortunately is rather realistic this season. And again, part of me starting over the sim meaning like starting from scratch during the Browns bye week, which happened to coincide with the trade deadline, was that all of the updated rosters came in too. So all of the guys on the Browns got nerfed, and rightfully so. Jameis Winston is a 71. Deshaun Watson is a 71 rated quarterback. Deep shot, left side, double coverage, incomplete. Well, we had audio and the video didn't freeze on us. We have made it through a half of football, and it is 24-0 Steelers here on Thursday night. Appreciate everybody being with me. Phil Nagy, Nagy on Sports is the channel. Thanks so much to all of our subscribers. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe, we'd very much appreciate that. Also, make sure you hit the thumbs up video, which helps grow the audience, even if the Browns are not playing well. I do appreciate spending this time with you, as we do every week. Have our official Ohio State and Indiana sim probably coming up tomorrow or Friday. That'll be fun. And also going to do another Cavs game here fairly soon. Wanted to do the Celtics game yesterday, but I just didn't have time after work to be able to get it done. Decent run there for Nick Chubb of 7. Stretch it left side to the Chubby, and nowhere to go. Minka will tackle him for a loss. Back to pass now. Winston on a 3rd and 4. The second level. And diving was David Njoku, and it was just out of his hands. And right now, Winston is very inaccurate. And listen to the Boo Birds here in Cleveland. Oh, Don is tough on grease. I like that one. You know what? They help me too, because I like chatting with you guys for an hour or whatever, and sometimes we win in the sim, and that's fun, and sometimes we lose in the sim, and sometimes we win in real life, and most of the time we don't right now. So, but I do really like the off-season part. That is my favorite part of being on the channel as well, playing general manager and building a roster and seeing what it looks like. That is my favorite part of the channel. And so yeah, definitely looking forward to the off-season when we get there as well. Our Ohio State sims have been fun. They've been very good. And so far, Matched Reality, we lost in a very close game to Oregon, and then we've won every other game. So we'll see how it looks here. Another first down for Steelers. Quarterback Russell Wilson and company. 4-0 as a starter this season after Justin Fields went 4-2. Maybe you call about Justin Fields. Who knows? Maybe you try to rekindle something with him. Hey, one read offense. If it's not there, you run. All right, Rick. Take care, buddy. See ya. Oh, thanks, Jim. I appreciate that. But yeah, we'll do some of that, and you know, we always dabble with like the NHL Stanley Cup ones and the NBA Finals and stuff like that. So it's fun. It's a fun hobby for right now. Here's Wilson. Now he'll try to run again, and this time Miles says, "Nuh-uh, ain't gonna happen." Second sack of the day for Myles Garrett. I think so. I don't know. His other sack could have happened in one of the other sims that we had to quit. All right, good stop for the Browns. Feels like we haven't seen a punt from Corliss Waitman in a while. The Buckeye sims have been fairly accurate. Well, it's a significantly better video game than this one. I will tell you that right now, because they actually built it from scratch. And the gameplay is way better. There's way less un-football glitchy things that we've come to hate about Madden. But Madden's the only game in town right now for the NFL, and so EA doesn't have to change anything. There's no reason for them to change it or make it better. Do they have a chance? Of course they have a chance, especially that our All-American starting center tore his Achilles in practice last night, so that doesn't help. But I don't think they will win, but there's a chance. He brought in 31 transfers. Like, you know, you can kind of do that in a short term and make a quick turnaround in a program. I'll be more curious to see how he is with recruiting and if he can develop, or if he'll just jump to the next job and take recruits with him like he did here. But as he would tell you in his opening presser, Google me. He's a winner. Everywhere I've gone, I've won, he said. So Not a surprise to him. Here's Chubb. Nice block. Whoa! The left-handed stiff arm, and Deshaun Elliott went flying backwards. Haven't seen one of those Chubb stiff arms in a while. I missed those. Those were an absolute regular of the channel for years. Those Chubb stiff arms were a thing of beauty. 3-step drop for Winston. Left side throw into traffic, and he squeezes it into Judy for a first down. Jeez. Chubb again, right side, decent block. Stiff arm again, Pratchett Queen. Nice run here. Now 15 carries up to 55 yards for Nicholas Jamal Chubb. And knocked away. 3rd and 3 there, Beanie Bishop. Actually, it could be Ben Bishop. I think it might be Benny Bishop, actually. Is it Benny Bishop? It is Beanie. Beanie Bishop, a rookie from West Virginia, is their nickelback. Tipped up in the air and almost picked off by said Beanie Bishop. He did, and they scored 14 points and gave up 35. I don't know if it means it's working. It means they had some long touchdown plays. They scored 14 points. To me, that's and they've scored 20 once the entire season, and that was the Jim Donovan game. They scored 29. So, to me, the offense is still very broken. Chubb left side, 35, or excuse me, 25-20, 15. Nick Chubb pushing a man down, and he's had a very nice drive here. It has Nick Chubb. 1st and goal now from the 9. Might they actually get into the end zone? And this will be shoved out of bounds there. All right, we've seen the replay 3 times. Thank you. 1st and goal, Browns. 3:25. If you're going to try to get yourself back into the game, you must score 7 here. Maybe even 8. Right side throw, almost picked. Oh, boy. Tillman was there waiting. What's going to be the penalty? The penalty is going to be offsides. I mean, yeah, it does mean there was some offensive production, but they missed 2 field goals. They couldn't get into the end zone. They would stall out at near the goal line or in the red zone. So, yeah, I mean, there's certainly some production. How many did they run for if he threw for it? This time it's up in the air and almost picked again. Tried to throw a jump ball to Tillman. Tillman is 6'3", but that ball needs to be higher, as Joey Porter was actually the one who got his hands on it. Here comes Winston. He's got a hole if he wants it. He'll dump it short to Chubb, and then everybody swarms him. Yeah, I agree with that, Jim. They are not very strong in the red zone. And teams are playing much more cover 2 shell. They're going to give up those yards and then clamp down. Jerome Ford, nowhere to go. Should we go for it? I think we got to go for it, right? Do a little situational coach mode here. They probably would have gone for it on their own, actually, if I'm being honest. But I'm going to go ahead and call the play. How do I change the camera? Page. There we go. And he dropped it and he had it in his hand. Jerry Jeudy on a slant on the left side, and he just dropped a touchdown. Let's watch the replay. Did he actually catch it and drop? Oh, or not? I thought Madden was going to show the replay. Instead, they did not. Okay, well, situational coach mode. The play call worked. He just dropped it. Hey, Wendell, welcome in. That's funny, David. Yeah, Wendell, we would not like to see that happen too, but it has been happening here. Harris blown up again, 3rd and 6. Wilson pressure. He's trying to get out of it. Miles chases. He's going to get another first down. Russell Wilson with his legs. That is 3 really big first down runs on 3rd and long. And, of course, he's got the rushing touchdown as well. I don't think he's nearly that willing to run, but the sim gods think that he is. Well, and absolutely, Earl, that's absolutely what makes it hard, is because we had expectations. If we thought we were going to be a crappy football team competing for a top 5 pick, then it would have just been fun enough to have beaten the Ravens, right? But that's not what we thought. We looked at the roster and we said, this is a playoff team. They made it last year with the 5th quarterback they tried. Everybody's pretty much coming back. See you, David. Have a good one. You know, but that's why it's so hard. That's why when you see things like what the Chiefs are doing, and, you know, it's actually really hard to sustain a winner. And that's why having a unicorn like Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, let's face it, that dude can coach. You know, you can kind of supplant the other pieces around it, but as long as they got Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid, they're going to be fine. That's just what you need in this game. Bills replaced a lot of guys, but you got Josh Allen and Sean McDermott, and they're a good combo. I mean, look at Cincinnati. Cincinnati thought they had a Super Bowl roster too. They got flipping Joe Burrow, but I don't think Zach Taylor's a good coach. I think he's actually holding the Bengals back, and I think he's more likely to be fired than Stefanski, if I'm being honest. I didn't think he was a good coach just because he was the QB coach for Sean McVay for a year and sat at the feet of the master that is Sean McVay. That doesn't make him a good coach. Chubb's had a good day. That's been about it. So, anyway, all that being said is it's very, very, very hard, but it makes it more sad for us because we had high expectations. Perhaps ill-advised, but everybody had those high expectations. I don't know how many people of you guys subscribe to The Athletic or read any of Zach Jackson's stuff, but it sounds like he was the only one, like, even all summer, it sounds like he was the only one that was kind of honest about what the offense really looked like, and that it was like, this offense kind of stinks. Here's the Chief, finally. David Njoku getting a touch. Kind of the only one to be like, I tried to tell you guys about this in June and July and August, that like the offense is not good, and then it turned out to be not good. Here comes a screen pass, and therefore a screen sack, and the former Brown Larry Ogunjobi is the one to get in there. I thought I took all the screen passes out of the playbook, but apparently I did not. Back to pass. Winston fired right side on the sideline, and once again an open receiver, and he puts it too high. Joey Porter. And Winston going to be hit as he throws. 4th and 20 and another punt. Hey, you know what? Corey Bojorquez, he is a star. Here we're going to go get a 4th and 20. No Corey Bojorquez needed. Back to pass now. Winston. On a 4th and 20, he'll roll right. Now he'll fire back to the left, and it's almost picked. It's tipped up in the air, and then it's almost picked a second time, and then even a third time, and now it's a turnover on downs, and the Squealers running all over it. If it goes like this tomorrow, I don't know. Haslam's just crazy enough that he might fire everybody if they get shut out at home like this. Especially if the Steelers score again here, and it's like 31-0. 1000% can see him cleaning house on Friday. A mini bye with a slightly longer week, right? Give Mike Vrabel the keys to the kingdom, or Schwartz. You can definitely see it happening because he's not a good owner. He's an irrational, not patient person. But he's also spent a crap load of money to try to be a winner, and they haven't been a winner. So part of it would be justified. I gave you guys all this money. We spent $50 million more than anybody else every year to pay these guys and give them these crazy signing bonus extensions and stuff so that you can keep the cap under control. And you're a 2-win football team, and you just got embarrassed at home. So I get where the rumor came from. It's very much a real possibility. I just don't think it would be the right decision. And touchdown here, Van Jefferson having a game of his life today. Yeah, that's what we talked about earlier, Wendell. I've heard those rumblings too. What was it? The guys, the local sports talk guys up there, kind of driving that narrative. Again, I don't believe it. I am firmly under the "you do not fire either of them" camp, because we have had too much turnover already as an organization, and I think you just say this was a really bad year. We had some really rough injuries. Obviously, the Deshaun Watson thing did not work out. We're willing to admit that, to wash our hands of it, to try to move on as best we can. But to blow it all up and start over from scratch feels like a terrible idea. Earl is very convinced that they're going to get the big dub tomorrow. All right, 6 minutes left here. Can we get some points on the board? Winston. Quick throw. Chief again. Finally calling his name a few times here, but fourth quarter's too late to call the Chiefs' name. Do appreciate everybody being on. Phil Nagy, Nagy on Sports is the channel. Again, appreciate everybody who stuck around with me. Had a couple of false starts. Speaking of false starts, we're going to get offsides this time. Stream crapped out on me twice, so here we are. But I appreciate you being on with me, and very, very appreciative of all of our subscribers. And Jim, it was nice meeting with you. Nice to chat with you. Hey, Kevin, welcome in. Another open receiver missed by Jameis Winston. It's not been his game today. Certainly. I agree, Jim. I'm 1,000%. And again, unless Kevin was the one who said, do whatever you can to get me Deshaun Watson. That's my guy. I can win with him. Get that guy for me. And then maybe you have to be like, all right, Kevin, and you don't know what you're talking about. Because it just hadn't worked. And it hadn't worked. It wasn't going to work anyway. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even when he was, quote, playing well and they were kind of piecemealing wins together last year, he wasn't playing well. He wasn't playing quarterback well. They were winning in spite of him, not because of him. Except for the second half against the Ravens, when he had a broken bone in his shoulder and went 14 of 14. And first down coming, I think, for the Steelers. As Njoku didn't get his stick route far enough. He sure didn't. First down, Steelers. Mercilessly, this one needs to come to an end. This has not gone the way that any of us wanted it to. How about Miles still out there making TFLs? The best part about it is if they win tomorrow, I get to force win it. And this game never happened, at least in terms of Madden's memory of it. I wipe its little brain. And force win a win for the Browns. Russell Wilson, he's been pretty good with his feet. Oh, he throws an interception that MJ Emerson just drops. They are going to wear the orange pants tomorrow, so I do like the orange pant look. Brian Sipe, cardiac kid look. Here's a jet sweep to Scotty Miller, and he'll be tackled at the line. 4th and 12 coming up. And Corliss Waitman will punt it away. Also a left-footed punter. 2 left-footed punters tomorrow. Hits at the 10, bounces at the 5, and into the end zone. Hey, Diablo. Yep, sorry that it's this. Sorry, buddy. Good to have you on, though. Hope you're having a good. Hope you had a good day and you have a wonderful night's sleep. Well, we don't. I mean, I think you're right, Jim, but we don't know. That's the thing. Like, I would like to see him with a game plan for him and a full week of practice, and just be like, hey, the next 6 weeks of the season, we're just going to roll with DTR, and it's his team, and then at least you'll know. But I think right now they're still trying to evaluate Elijah Moore and Jerry Jeudy and Jordan Akins, and Jameis gives them a better chance to do those kinds of things, I guess. Winston, hey, Chief, nice run after catch. Again, he's really popped here in the 4th quarter. But the one game he had 0, like the Ravens game he came in, he didn't know he was going to start. He got drilled. It was terrible, okay? Then he comes in, and they beat the Steelers, and then he's starting that Broncos game, and he's playing well, and he got hurt. Like, we haven't seen him in that scenario yet, where he gets to be the guy with the reps and the practice and the game plan. So I still feel like he's worth a shot because he's cheap. He's going to be on the roster next year because he's cheap. So if you can find lightning in a bottle, ride him for a couple of seasons, then yeah, go draft the kid you want to draft. I just don't think that Cam Ward or Quinn Ewers or Shedeur Sanders or Carson Beck or any of those guys are like the quick fix answer next year. Yeah, you're not wrong, Diablo. The offensive line has been chief amongst my things I'm unhappy with, has been how bad they've played. Brown's trying to get into the end zone here. Under a minute to go. Winston, blitz coming. He'll feel it, and now run, and now hit as he throws, and that ball's incomplete. Should be intentional grounding, but it's not. That part of Madden is broken as well. Add it to the list. Well, folks, I appreciate you guys being on. This one was fun. We will go through the statistics afterwards, but it's not been the Browns' night, and with any luck, a loss here means a win in real life tomorrow. Again, for our Nagy Nation members who are part of the Discord channel, we will have an in-game chat live on the Discord channel. If you haven't joined, Discord is easy and free, and you can chat with us between sims, chat with us during the games. Here comes a pick. Minka might go the whole way. Nope, Chubb's going to save a touchdown. And Winston with his second interception of the game, and it looks like it will, in fact, be a shutout for the Steelers. Hey, Mitchell, welcome in. What happened here is that the Browns are terrible and the Steelers are not. And Madden decided to go that way today. 31-0, what your final score will be. And much to people's dismay, defensive players are celebrating after completely meaningless plays. All right. There we go. There's my attempt at the Panther sound. I always do it after it happens. We don't have anything like that in Cleveland, mercifully. All right, let's look at some statistics. They're not going to be pretty, but we'll look at them because that's what we do. All right, depending on which team you like, I guess they'd be okay. Russell Wilson, 18 for 24, 234. That's 75%, one touchdown for him. Najee Harris, 25 for 48. Actually did a pretty good job on Najee with a touchdown. How about this, though? Russell Wilson, 6 carries, 57 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That was not what I expected. Pickens, 5 for 86. Najee, 5 for 65, and Jefferson, 3 for 21, and a touchdown. Scotty Miller as well. Did not expect that. Russell Wilson to rush for that much. 10 tackles for Roberts, 10 tackles for Beanie Bishop, 8 for Patrick Queen. Sacks today, 1 for Preston Smith, 1 for Ogunjobi, and 1 for TJ Watt, who otherwise had a pretty quiet day. The pick at the end was by Minkah Fitzpatrick. So that other pick I was remembering must have been from the earlier game that froze before we restarted. Yeah, because he only had the one. How about Jameis Winston? How's this performance for you today? 15 of 34 for 140 yards and an interception. Just glorious quarterback play. 17 of 78 for Chubb. He played well. Jameis had 3 scrambles as well. Chief, 8 for 97. I'm going to say about 6 of those were in fourth quarter garbage time. 3 for 21 for Judy, including a big drop in the end. Actually, 2 big drops. One of them was a touchdown on a 4th and goal attempt. 2 for Chubb, 1 for Moore, just 1 for Tillman. So those other catches that Tillman had also must have been in that first quarter before we had to start over with the frozen game, which I still apologize for. 10 tackles for Jordan Hicks, 7 for Emerson, Obo, and Diabate, including 4 TFLs. How about these TFL numbers? 4 for Garrett, 4 for Diabate. 1.5 sacks for 1, half sack for Diabate, and again, they were not able to turn over Russell Wilson. So, bad guys 31, good guys 0. Appreciate you guys joining me again. Sorry about all the shenanigans at the beginning and having to start over multiple times. This one got into the bank, and we appreciate it very much having you guys joining us on the channel as you always do. So, for Phil here in Central Ohio, I am Nagy on Sports. Guys, appreciate you being on today. We will say go Steelers. And as always, go Browns!